In the previous video in our metalplate_001.dwg file, we placed a gradient fill. Now that gradient fill has gone on top of our hatch pattern, so we cannot actually see our hatch pattern anymore. It's kind of in the way. Now the good thing about this is if you remember rightly, we placed both our hatch and our gradient fill as one object. So they're not separated. So if I come down here and hover now, can you see there's the hatch? If I click, I'll either get one or the other. I'll either get the hatch or the gradient fill. Now, you'll notice that it's very easy to check which one. Now, if you've got the hatch pattern, up here in the pattern, you would see your hatch patterns. Things like your ANSI 31 that you used here. Now, you'll notice I've got, at the moment, my gradient fills. So I'm using my GR linear, which is there. And you'll notice there's a little message that's popped up about non-associative hatch boundaries. You can ignore that. That's not a major problem. Now, we do not need to edit the gradient fill or the hatch pattern, depending on which one you've got selected. What we need to do is right-click. And on the shortcut menu now, we've got different tools available, one of which is Draw Order. Now, we need to make sure that our gradient fill goes to the back. So Draw Order, and you click on Send to Back on the submenu. And as soon as you do that, your hatch pattern comes through beautifully. So now your hatch pattern is on top of your gradient fill. And it's that quick and easy to do. So it's not a hatching or a gradient fill setting, it's just a Draw Order setting that you've got to change. Now, the lovely thing about this, though, is when you plot this drawing, if you've used a gradient fill underneath a hatch pattern and you've set up your plotting and your page setups accordingly so that all your configuration actually allows that gradient fill to plot in colour, you've got a lovely bluey grey colour underneath all of the black and white of the text, the dimensions, the outline, etc. And it really does make for quite a cool drawing with the gradient fill showing in colour and everything else in black and white. It highlights the section on the drawing beautifully. To give you an idea of that, if I just jump to sections and elevations here, like so, as you can see, that's the sort of effect you're going to get when it plots on the drawing itself. So obviously your hatching would plot in black, but the outline and so on would also be black. Your text and your dimension annotation would also be black, but that lovely bluey grey sits behind and highlights the section where you've cut through the metal plate in that sectional view. Jump back to the model tab now, and we'll move on to the next video.